What?
My brother's in trouble.
How do you know?
I knew.
Till now, Joe's had it easy, but now it's gonna get real hard. Cobra's hired evil twin brothers, leaders of the Crimson Guard.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, toy enthusiasts and those new to Tough Nerd Toys LLC. I'm your host, Uncle Nerd, and welcome to another exciting episode of Busted Open. Busting it open since 2007. Now, and today, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? Before we even get started, I'm in nostalgia overload, because this is what I have been waiting for. I'm telling you, there's Stalker, the Twins, Dreadnoks, Dr. Mindbender. I'm waiting on Copperhead. But the Twins were my all-time favorite Cobras, along with Destro and a few others. Destro, Major Blood, and I would say Firefly. What's his name? The Scrap Iron. It was a bunch of Cobras I like, and believe it or not, Raptor, as weird as he is, Raptor was one of my favorites. Even though they killed them off quickly in the comic book, Raptor was one of my favorites. But enough about them, those guys right there. This right here. The Twins were my all-time favorite. I always loved how the cartoon gave them a smug personality, where they were always about money, and it was all, they literally let you know, like, or would let Cobra know, yeah, we with you, but understand this is going to cost you, or like you're wasting a lot of money. The funding aspect actually added to me a bit of realism to them. Their first appearance was issue 37. Also, this is when the homie Flint, he popped up in the comic book at that time. This was his first appearance and their first appearance. They're based off of a book by Alexander Dumas, which was the Corsican brothers, all right? And they were born in off the west of Corsica, if I remember correctly, because I'm trying to remember my G.I. Joe lore, because I'm telling you, I read this stuff like crazy. I love G.I. Joe. Larry Hama, Buzz Dixon, Ron Friedman, all of them. Flint Dilly or whatever, Flint Dilly, everything. I watched the cartoon, I read the comics, and they have an empathic connection known as Corsican syndrome. Former members of the Corsican Mafia, and the Twins are the business aspect of Cobra, while funding international terrorism via Mars and Cobra real estate and other nefarious ventures, while under the guise of extensive enterprise. To me, and we're going to go into the box, but these, you can tell, these are the ones I have been waiting for. Again, I am loving what Hasbro is doing with this G.I. Joe Classified line. This is exactly what I wanted. And again, remember, I didn't want 6-inch Joes from the beginning. I was complaining. I was the main one complaining. To me, they're part of the sexy squad within Cobra. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, the sexy squad to me includes the Baroness, Dr. Mindbender, the Dreadnoks, Destro, and even the Crimson Guard. You got to look at the Crimson Guard uniform. That shit is tight. It's tight. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go over the box real quick, and let me bring this a little bit closer. You have Tomax and Xamot right here, and they are looking absolutely great. They have beauty. Now, I do like the artwork on here. They have that nice Euro trash look on their faces right there. But I've always loved their uniform. And it has G.I. Joe over here, Classified Series, Tomax Paoli over here. Their tech specs over here. Number 44, G.I. Joe on the side right there. Legal Mumbo Jumbo right here. Legal Mumbo Jumbo with the barcode on the bottom if you want to pause the video and scan it or write it down. There it is. Window at the top, number 44, Cobra over there. Nice window in the front. Oh, beautiful, beautiful box art of Tomax right here. Looking real good. And after I go over this box, I can show you something simple you can do with the box. And it says warning right here, number 4+ right there. Boom, boom, boom. You are, as usual, you have the G.I. Joe and Cobra collage on the back. Nice artwork. right here, and man, this looks real good. I'm loving the way they portrayed the Tomax, the Paoli twins right here. Over here you have Xamot, and Xamot looks absolutely great right here in the box right here. You have the window box, same as his brother, same thing, but although he is number 45. Tech specs on the side right here that you can later go over. We will go over on the app right there. Cobra, number 45. Got the nice collage on the back of the Joes and everything like that. Legal Mumbo Jumbo here. And you see right here the barcode. Again, this is Xamot. The other one is Tomax. Why they did not put them in a double pack, I don't know. But I mean, like, you know, I guess they did it for a reason. You know, and when you look at it, Tomax and Xamot are pretty much the mirror images of each other, which is what I always thought was real cool, so on and so forth. And I think we went through everything over in the box. So what we're going to do, we're going to come over here to the G.I. Joe app, and you can always look up their specs or their bios on the G.I. Joe app right here. I have them pulled up for you, and they have the classic and artwork of Tomax and Xamot right here. Twin propaganda profiteers right here. File name classified, but I already told you their name. Ajako Corsica, height 5'10". They have a number 3 in leader, number 2 in hand-to-hand, number 4 in black market, number 4 in coercion. Tomax and Xamot are twins whose connection is so strong that it can only be described as psychic. The twins can complete each other's sentences, share thoughts, and sense the pain of their brother, even from a distance. Drawn to mercenary work by the promise of conflict and high payouts, but tired of the personal risks, use their money to entrench themselves in the corporate world of global media and finance, pumping out a steady stream of pro-Cobra propaganda distinguished as pop culture entertainment, all while reaping enormous profit. They are also the commanders of the Crimson Guard. Yes, and what I always loved it, I'm telling you, the G.I. Joe both the comic book and the cartoon did a great job of bringing the personality and bringing these characters to life, but I think the cartoon did a better job of representation and showing who and what they are than the comic book did. Don't get me wrong, I love both the comic growing up and the cartoon, but this right here, I love the way one would start a sentence, the other one would finish it, and you could tell like they were acrobats and stuff like that. It was like they were weirdo assassins with money, you know? So what we're going to do here, we're going to bust the pack open and we will see if Tomax and Xamot are worth the scratch. I'm so happy to have these guys. I've got Stalker. I got this series right here was worth it. Definitely worth it. So here we go, guys.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
And here we have the former French Foreign Legion operatives right here, turned bad, Tomax and Xamot. They look great. And of course, you know, as always, we're going to go over the accessories. Now, I'm not going to do each. Now, they both have the same accessories, so it really doesn't make sense for me to go over both of their accessories, even though they are the same, but they're exactly the same. So I'm just going to go over one set right here because I made sure and I checked that they both have the same accessories. The figures are exactly the same as well. That's the reason why I'm going to do them together. Oh, excuse me. Only differences is that one has a scar on his face or it's a different head sculpt, but they're twins. So they're supposed to have the same exact body. So going into the weapons right here, let me bring this a little bit closer. You can see that there is this beautiful submachine gun, great sculpting in it and everything right there. Look at this, done out of a hard black plastic, sculpted out of a hard black plastic. Great detail on it. It is a submachine gun, not a laser gun or anything like that. You have sculpting inside of the handle. Everything looks real good. Then you have these nice little Corsican blades right here, these Corsican knives right here, sculpted very nicely, as you can see. Nice detail along the blade right there, and along the handle looks very good, as you can see. Look, great sculpting. Then you have the clip. You have the nice clip with some nice sculpting in it, and the suppressor going on right there, which is real good. Those are the accessories, and again, these are done in the same hard plastic as the gun, so as are the knives as well. Now, going into the figures right here, I could pick up either one. Only difference is the face, so I'm going to review them together. Going into these figures right here, they look absolutely beautiful, as you can see. And yes, there is a different sculpting within the face, but they are similar faces. That's why I like it. You see Xamot has a scar over here. Tomax has no scar on his face right here. The pauldron on their shoulder on their shoulders look great. Let me get it nice. There we go. The pauldron on their shoulders looks great. As you can see, they have the nice steel collar going on right there. The sash going across their chest looks great. The deco of the cobra symbol looks real good. Look at that sexy crotch guard going on. Got them thigh guards going on with the cobra deco going on right there. The serpentine deco done in a burgundy and a flat gray, not a shiny gray, but a flat gray, like a gray plastic. I've always loved the way their shoes look with like the red and gray going on them. They always had like a regal look to them. You can tell they were the upper echelon of Cobra, or they meant something completely different. I've always loved their outfits. I always love the outfits that the Crimson Twins have right here, or the Crimson Guard commanders have right there. Head sculpt looks great. And of course, you know I always loved Xamot with the scar on his face right there. I always thought that was like awesome. Got the nice hair going on. The hair sculpting is beautiful. That face sculpt is beautiful. Eyes are done nice and even. Nice skin. Everything looks great on. Got the nice signature black gloves. Now they could have put a little bit more sculpted in some more mechanism when it comes to their wrist guards, because on the original toy it was like some type of mechanism going on along there, but it is not stopping me from loving these two guys right here. Sculpting in the belt and everything. You see the wrinkles in the pants. Got the sheath on the side right there with the lines going on the side of it. Everything looks good. Nice sculpted in wrinkles along the pants. Everything looks great on these guys. They look absolutely amazing. Tomax and Xamot are for the win. Look at them. Look at them. G.I. Joe won't know what hit them. This looks good, man. This looks good. They did a great job on this. Minor treads on the bottom right there. You know, the holes on the bottom and everything like that. Gloves are looking good. Everything's looking good. I've always loved how they had the nice long steel collar going on right here on each side. Like if you put them together, that's when you would get a complete collar or something like that. But this is great, man. I've always loved the abstract look of most of the individuals on Cobra. They just look, they be wearing some outlandish costumes, but they be looking right, man. They be looking good, boy. Look at this. Got sculpting in the shin, in the knee boot, in the shin guards or whatever, or the knee boots. Nice nice sculpted in pads along the knees, as you can see right there. They did a great job with these figures, man. And they both have the same articulation. I'm going to show you possibly on one, but I'll show you on both if you want to, but I don't feel as though it's necessary. They look good. Identical twins, man. Look at this. Look at this, boy. Look at this. Man, they look good. Now, as far as articulation goes, we'll put Xamot back there. We'll bring Tomax up. Okay, as far as articulation goes, head can go all around. Now, the collar will come into a little bit of a way, but you can lift the head up and still go around. I'm not going to do that. Now, the collar, another thing about this collar, it pegs into the back. I think that's kind of cool. I like that. That keeps it from flailing around and looking a little clunky or disjointed or whatever the case may be. It is all one piece right here. This looks real good. The pauldron is connected to the collar, to the steel collar. The sash is a separate piece by itself that can be taken off if you take this off, but you're going to have to do some cutting, whatever the case may be. Nice sleek looking body right there. Head is on a ball joint right there. Another ball joint down here. Nice even paint. Everything's good. You got some do you have some butterfly joints? Yes, you have butterfly joints on this guy. Twist and pivoting bicep swivel. Double hinge. He's very stiff. Double hinge elbow, as you can see. No pins. Twisting and pivoting in the wrists. Nice leg split, as you can see. Got some thigh cuts that are very stiff right here. Double hinge knee. I'm loving his knee pad right here. This knee pad looks great. This knee pad looks great. Got a nice ab crunch. Got some twisting and mobility going on in the waist. Very, very good. Leg kicks up really far. Because, you know, like in the cartoon, they was always doing some acrobatic stuff. They were weirdos, but I loved them for it, though, man. They were weirdos. Like, sometimes they would be attacking people and laughing the whole time. Laughing in sync with each other and everything. You have the twist at the calf right here. Ankle rocker going on real good with these guys right here. And the same thing that's on this guy is on Xamot over here. Tomax and Xamot look absolutely amazing. I don't think they skipped a beat. Now, as far as weapons can go in their hands and in the sheath right here. The knife, there's one for the knife right here. Then there's one for the knife right here. So therefore, you know the knives won't be going anywhere. Then you can take the gun, take the weapon, all right? Put the clip inside. Make sure we line these up, okay? Is this where the clip should be going? Let me see. Clip should be going in like that, thus so. Boom. Got the clip. And you know it wouldn't be, the Crimson Guards always had these, what I call like single-handed machine guns or laser blasters, and I love them for it. Okay, so we got it in there. Now I want you to be careful with then putting in the suppressor in the submachine gun, but you can easily put it inside of his hand like that, thus so. Boom. And the finger goes through the trigger very well too. Let me line this up so you guys can see that trigger action. Because, you know, some people, look at that. Look at that. That finger is through that trigger, boy. That finger is through that trigger. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're going to dress up Tomax as well. And, you know, we're going to put the, and to show you that the knives can go into their hands as well. They fit in real easily. You can get some two-handed knife action if you want to have going on with these guys. And each one of them come with two knives. So, you know, one could be the melee, one could be the shooter, or whatever the case may be. I've always looked at them as being like rich and dangerous because it wasn't like they couldn't fight. You would see them two do like all sorts of stunts and acrobats. Because I remember one time they were talking to Cobra and they came in his war room and were like standing on a globe or something like that. And then they just jumped off and began talking to him and stuff. Then there was one time they jumped out the building. I think it was the time they threw Lady J off the building or something like that. And then they just started jumping off the building and had like all these little, had these poles and everything coming out, and they were doing all sorts of flips and everything. Yeah, the twins were my favorite, man. The twins were my absolute favorite, boy. Hold on, let me grab his gun right here. Let me stand him up real quick for you, because I want to show you, I want to show you how they look with the guns in their hand, okay? We could put this clip in here. Boom. And again, be careful with the suppressors because I had a little bit of an issue. It's so stiff. Now, I feel as though once you put the suppressor in, you should just leave it. If you want another weapon up there, just go on eBay and purchase like some extra weapons for these guys or these same weapons. Because, you know, somebody's always going to be selling the weapons on eBay. You know, this right here gives it a real classic G1 look with those guns. Even though in the what's the name, they had like these laser blasters, but this works perfectly. This works perfectly. And here the Crimson Twins, the Crimson Guard commanders are with their weapons in their hand. And I love the suppressor on these weapons. It looks great. And of course he has the drop down. They both have like the drop down crotch area, as you can see right here. The twins look absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let me back this up a little bit for you guys. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So what we're going to do now, I think I went through everything. If I didn't, please mention it. But what we're going to do now, we're going to take some pictures of these guys, and I will be right back with my final thoughts on the Crimson Guard commanders, Tomax and Xamot.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages. G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
So as a whole, I think Tomax and Xamot are absolutely beautiful. They did a great, and I mean great job on these guys right here. They have captured the essence of G1, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Tomax and Xamot, my favorites. I mean, honestly, I could even wait on Dr. Mindbender, even though I want them, because they released these figures right here. When I saw these, I definitely put in a big order for them. And again, you can get these guys at TOUGHNERDTOYS.com. I do have a set in store for you guys. I ship immediately. So, I mean, if you want them real quick, boom. You're not going to have to wait with me. The minute I see the order, that's when that thing goes out. You'll get it in a couple of days, if not even less, no weeks or whatever the case may be. If I only put things up that I haven't stopped. And, you know, I wanted to give a very big shout out to Corey Burton and Michael Bell for doing the wonderful voices of Tomax and Xamot right here. Tomax and Xamot have always been my absolute favorite. I love everything about them. I think I mainly like them so much because of the fact that they were all about money. And again, if you look at the face real good, let me bring this a little bit closer, right? Let me straighten this out so you guys can get a real good look at them. If you look at the face real good, one has a smirk, a condescending, arrogant smirk. The other one has an arrogant, narcissistic, he's not smiling at all. But you can tell they're twins. Man, Hasbro is doing a great job with the G.I. Joe Classified as far as design and, you know, capturing the essence of real American hero G.I. Joe right there. I am loving these figures with each one that they come out. No, I'm not being paid to say it. They don't send me stuff. Honestly, I don't really review too many figures that I don't like. All right. Usually 9 times out of 10, you know, I do my research before I grab the figure up, or I have a good eye for toys that I think that'll be real good within my collection. And the twins look absolutely great. I am loving them. I am absolutely loving them. Why my screen is pulsing is I do not know. It's been doing this a lot here lately. So maybe it's time to get a new camera. I don't know. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so it stopped pulsing. I was thinking maybe it was alive. And here we're going to do a comparison with him next to my boy right here, Beachhead, looking good next to Beachhead, as you can see. As you can see, I got that submachine gun on him, right? Here he is with 6'2", eyes of blue, Mr. Duke Hauser, looking good. Then here we go with my man, He-Man. So you guys can get a scope of how big these guys are. Next to He-Man right there, looking real good. And the twins are coming in exactly, I mean, they're both the same figure. They're coming in at 6, let me see, what did you see there? I say 6 1/4. You know, they're within the G.I. Joe scale. And here he is with our peoples. David Nora. So I told you, stop calling me. Stop calling me, then. I'm a grown-ass man. You know, hold on, I'll be right back. Hi, guys. Look, he's been bringing a lot of people in here that make me feel intimidated. The only reason why I have a gun on me is because I know he's out to get me. But if you want a job, just send me your email and you can come work for me and the other tools. I mean, the other guys that work within my... Listen, just give me your email. That was David Nora. David Nora is a little paranoid today because he doesn't like the fact that I'm bringing in more action figures than just him. He just only wants me to have him around. That's it. But yeah, these guys you should definitely get. You should definitely pick these guys up. The Crimson Twins, I have them for sale at TOUGHNERDTOYS.com. Again, I have him for sale. I have Stalker for sale. I have a couple other Joes for sale on the website. There will be a link in the description down below. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I mean, I love these figures. They are a must-have within your collection. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, but to just pick them up. So with that being said, that brings this review to a close. Please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and share this video. And remember, when you buy a toy, what do? G.I. Joe won't know what hit them. I love that part. That was the one with the Terradrome. Man. One of the best commercials ever, amongst many of the other G.I. Joe commercials. Love you guys, man. Take care. Look at these twins. They look great, man. And when I say great, I mean great. Man.
We're ready for the Joes. Launch the firebat. G.I. Joe won't know what hit them.